So back into understanding the difference between ammonia and nitrate in soil versus in tissue. Um, would you say you see a lot less loss as long as you do have the foundational trace minerals of money conversion about applied product versus used product?
I see good conversion when the traces are there. Sulfur is mobile and it's not being it's allowed to go up to the top of the plant, and there's magnesium as well. You could have everything in play, but if you're just hammering those plants with excessive nitrogen, you can still do pretty well at low conversion, because a plant only can convert so much nitrogen in a day. I do not know how much that is, but if there is a serious excess of nitrogen, you're just trying to increase, say, or say blackberry growers, they here in California, if they grow for very large companies, they're being forced to grow at weird times of the year, not necessarily the time of the year that the blackberries want to grow, but it's the market space. So they're really using high amounts of nitrates to get that cane to go from 3 inches to 6.5 or 7 feet. So they're hammering those plants with nitrates, and all the other nutrients may or may not be there, but a lot of times they're growing in February and March, and the soils are really cold. And when you have really cold soils and hammering with a ton of nitrates, it's very difficult to take up all the nutrients that you possibly need, because a lot of it is temperature dependent. So they draw in, bugs, and it's not the only reason, but it is a really good reason why they get some flies and things in later, because they're not wanting to grow that way. That's the market that they need. They have a contract, and if they want to grow, then they need to fill that market.
Yeah, that's the demand market.
That's the demand market. And so nitrate is the fastest way to grow feet of vegetative growth in a very, very, very short amount of time under very high acreage. And commercially.
Yeah, I would love if the audience could actually drive from, say, North LA all the way up to Monterey Bay and just see the miles and miles of tunnels for raspberries, blackberries. Do they put the blueberries in tunnels as well?
Sometimes they do. I have to say, though, less tunnels up here and more tunnels down your direction, which is kind of odd because you're warmer and you don't need the tunnels as much. I would say we need tunnels more, but we're seeing more and more berries under tunnels. But in Mexico, in inland, there's less tunnels, but Oxnard gets really warm. So does Ventura. I will say, though, that the blueberries really suffer, in my opinion, in the tunnels when the leaves get really dirty. The photosynthetic capacity is, they're so dirty. I'm filthy I'm sticky and filthy when I come out of blueberry tunnels, and those leaves have so much dust on them, and that really reduces the photosynthetic capacity, which can really reduce the sweetness of the berry, and it really helps to have those sticky leaves of blueberry rinsed off every now and again.
Interesting. I learned something new again. Fantastic. Yeah, the way, have you seen all the ones from, I think it's Santa Barbara County, the northern part of Santa Barbara County. There's just hundreds of miles of these tunnels. It's crazy. And they're new, and I haven't seen them put the canes in yet.
They're hoop houses.
Yeah, they're the ones with the triangles on them, the triangle shaped plastic. They look like
plastic. They're not breathable screen.
No, they're not breathable screen. They're the plastic, the sheeting.
Interesting. I wonder if they get high wind over there.
Yeah, we get the Santa Anas.
Yep. That's
why.
That's why. Yeah.